Wow, right guys, welcome back ke Dividend. Sekarang kita masuk ke dalam match kedua antara Ararki melawan Aurora ya guys ya. Setelah di game yang pertama cukup sangat terbantai ya guys ya.
Or girl, we don't discriminate. So without the Benedetta,
Benedetta.
starting to see a little bit more Benedetta again in the EXP
Benedetta
lane in
again.
recent days. To kind of match the macro of certain other teams. So okay, let's see where this goes.
So the Benedetta pickup is pretty hype, and Eve. Okay, I mean like we said, UA is going to have a.
Tenang. Percaya aja guys, kita bisa menang ya guys ya. Ini by the way, Aurora ini pakai Moskov terus ya guys ya. Fredrin anjing.
Did I not call it Stafa?
Gila cok, dia draft picknya lebih aneh lagi yang ini benar-benar bikin bingung cok draft picknya guys. Ini udah benar-benar casket dia benar-benar harus muter otak banget sih guys buat lawan PH ya guys ya. Ini draft picknya aneh banget cok.
Speaks loud.
Gila anjing.
Now RQ Hoshi, last pickup here. They kind of need some kind of physical damage unless this Benedetta is going for damage.
Ya Al, silakan lari 10 km ya.
Magic damage. They need a little bit more physical. And they kind of need a tank killer as well, which is kind of
Wah,
difficult.
kayak Bane.
Oh, they're picking out the Bane.
I was thinking
That's
about the
Bane ini sebenarnya agak susah ya sih kalau ada
because
YV
you
guys ya.
probably do need a fighter jungler to deal with Fredrin. And then if you can handle the dive somewhat, then it will be really, really good. So the
Ararki ini draft picknya yang di game kedua ini berbeda dengan game pertama. Game pertama mereka menggunakan draft pick kayak sesuka mereka gitu ya guys ya. Di game kedua ini lebih menyesuaikan musuh cok.
We gotta see what Dyran picks up as his battle spell as well. Will it be the Revitalize or will it be the Petrify? But having the Bane makes it so that you're kiting around, right? You're moving backwards and you're letting Benedetta do her own thing in the back line. Because if they dive in with the Deadly Catch, you're able to push people away, creating more space for it in a time. So for RQ, it's a draft for
Casternya mirip
And
Zayce.
for Aurora, this is
Iya
like
anjing mirip John cok.
MLBB 2 years ago, where you have the Fredrin, where you're just forcing fights.
Game
time
it's
and time
over,
again.
Ken.
And
Apa
except
tuh
this
maksudnya?
time, having the Eve, you're able to slow down the enemy so much, so you can able to dish out free damage. And the Cho as well. I'm pretty sure Cho is gonna have Drill. This is still, even though it's like utility over utility over utility.
Even though it's like
3-man mid lane, it's actually very strong.
Yeah, I can totally see where you're coming from there.
game
as
skate
well.
11-11 gue sisa Gusion ya guys ya. Gusion, sisa Gusion 11-11, 750.000. Yang lainnya udah sold out semua, oke?
Able to take one more game, they immediately qualify to the next stage of the Snapdragon Pro series. RQ needs to do everything in their power to stop their tracks.
Right now we gotta do a little bit of house cleaning here, but first of all, I'm looking.
Daerah kita kali ini lihat masih menggunakan spell heal juga ya guys ya.
Something to note here is that Dyran is gonna be using the Revitalize, and looking at Dyran's talent setup, looks like he's gonna be a little bit more aggressive, having the drill as well as the spell vamp thing.
Speaking of aggression, though, down here, Edok and Skylar both already taking a lot of punishment from Yue and Renegade. Edok not really catching a break this series in game 1.
Gila, cowoknya rusuh nih cowoknya nih.
Oh, and something we haven't highlighted, Renegade, Cho is his hero, man. Like,
True.
no matter which lane he goes to, if he's playing jungle, EXP, whatever, if he's using the Cho, then Renegade fans, they don't have to
Matilah Skylar, anjing.
Love to see it.
Gila, ini Aurora nih kayaknya next levelnya PH anjing cocok.
You say love to see
Kayaknya early game RRQ kalah
I
semua
would
tai
say
lawan dia guys.
Debatable.
Ngeri amat anjing.
Depends.
I mean,
Which
if you're on the
side?
receiving end, you know,
Yeah.
then you won't see it before you're turned into a pile of mush. So it's fine.
Yeah, honestly, Fredrin is a TikTok favorite, man. Like, so many clips of 4,000 damage on the Princess Wrath. It's like, ugh.
Even I have a
Disgusting.
TikTok clip on Fredrin. That's how you know
Oh,
there's
really?
a lot. Yeah, I do actually.
Oh, damn.
Ini aneh ya, kemarin lawan Onyx
There you
PH
go.
aja kayaknya
You got the
mereka
Chos,
mendominasi
you got the
banget cok.
Fredrins. So
Lawan
now,
Aurora ini
with
early
RQ
game-nya
Hoshi,
kalah terus ya.
They're still fine because their comp does scale up, so it's okay. having Skylar die there is kind of not okay.
Yeah, UA continuing his control of the skies from the last round by taking out Skylar himself in the bot lane, despite it being a 2v3. That real world manipulation being able to extend all the way under tier 1. And now we can see why they picked up this hero despite having to face a Valentina.
Yeah, UA now as well. In the previous game,
Skylar di lock, sudah mati 2 kali ya guys ya. Dan kita lihat cover dari Susujin pun juga datang. Skylar gua rasa harus pulang sih ya guys ya. Anjing, tim Fredrin-nya ngeri banget anjing. Masa RRQ kalah sama meta Fredrin anjing? Masa kalah sama meta Fredrin nih guys?
Do you worry if Fredrin comes back to the meta, Stafa?
Well, we haven't seen him in a
Berarti ini dia sebenarnya pertarungan antar 2 runner up masing-masing MPL ya guys ya. RRQ juara 2, Aurora juga juara 2.
Okay, you know what? I'll agree with you there. Fredrin is fine. Not every game, Fredrin. Speaking of every game, looking at the top lane here, it looks like Darren gets punished so hard, and now Demon Kai goes to the jungle.
Not able to get his own purple buff.
Wah, anjing kena tendang, cowok. Anjing mati lagi, tai. RRQ ini setiap kali lawan cowok nih parah, cok. Kesusahan banget anjing. Renejay mati. Anjing gak mati dong.
To be able to stay safe from the rest of Aurora.
I mean, so far Aurora is having amazing control.
Harusnya bisa menang sih guys.
Gold
RRQ aja bisa 2-0 lawan Onyx PH. Masa lawan Aurora aja malah kalah, cok.
He's completely fine with contesting the turtle again. And again, Fredrin is one of those turtle contests that is very hard for you to really do anything. Especially as a Bane that lost his purple buff that doesn't have retry. Yeah, this is gonna be a free turtle for Aurora all day, every day.
RQ understand it as well. And we can see them already shifting to defensive positions. Renjay
Mau ngapain lagi nih Renejay? Dia udah gak ada flicker sih tuh, udah gak ada flicker. Anjing di immune lagi. Di immune lagi guys ya, kampret.
Byron wants to look for an ult, but without Petrify, he's not really able to set up. So Aurora just gets to walk away.
Here to go leaderboard here. Both side laners for Aurora is actually doing very, very well. Now even the jungler, they're shifting between Demon Kite as well as Sutsujin, but really a big difference here. 3.7k for the Moscow and Skylar is
123.123.
Not a good sign because we literally mentioned earlier, Nathan as a hero just is so strong in general throughout the game, and Aurora knows this. So a lot of additional pressure has been put on Skylar's lane in particular, just to make sure that Doming has a great time.
And they're like, oh, we heard you're strong, but are you 1v3?
Oke, clear minion aja, let's go.
As strong as the hero is,
50 detik lagi menuju turtle selanjutnya.
Demon Kite as well as Doming Kite.
Kalah meta.
Is a very
juga
big ask for Skylar on
udah kalah meta sih guys. Kalau game pertama sih jujur itu outplay Valley-nya banget. Kalau game kedua ini enggak lah, cok. Bisa lah, cok.
Damage that he really can't contribute too much. And Skylar, whether he likes it or not, has to stay under his turret.
He may be able to walk through time, but he's not really able to walk through people. Aurora gonna continue initiating on the bot lane, targeting Edoc. Nagatot again forced back, even the Spear of Destruction, just to contribute a little additional damage. Oh,
Anjir, tai!
It's going to be a dead
Sepuluh apa cowoknya lo?
But again, no petrify. He can only just walk
Anjing, ini
back.
cowoknya rusak, tai. Gak ada bisa ditangkap, anjing. Aduh, udah lah bro, gak ada yang jersey tadi game pertama juga gue bugil, tetap aja kalah juga anjing.
Real one manipulation though, this time trapping Demon Kite, but he's able to still walk away despite everything.
Dude, how is that fair? How is that fair? Demon Kite still survives after all of that, getting tower shot, being in the real world manipulation.
Wah, strong tai ini, strong anjing.
Oh.
He lives up to his name, you know? He can kite anything, even on a slow hero.
So that's why. All right, now we'll keep going on to Dyron. It looks like not gonna be much there. Aurora, like you said, Stefan, just keeps on putting the pressure, making it so that Arkeoshi don't have time to breathe. And looking at how Edoc has been playing, this is one of those times where I remind.
Oh, sementara skor masih 4-1 ya guys ya.
You know, I absolutely understand because I feel the same way. I feel really bad for Edok right now. His score is 1-0-0. Actually pretty good for a roam, but he's been able to contribute so little to the overall game so far.
Yeah. But to be fair, no one from Arkihoshi really has an impact so far. Dairon hasn't, Rins hasn't, Susujin hasn't. This really does feel like Arkihoshi. They're just playing for farm, and they're not trying to find unnecessary fights. Or at least for Arkihoshi, most of the fights seem unnecessary just because even if we do fight, what are the chances that we're gonna win?
Anjir, mati dong.
Dairon in trouble. Spear of Destruction already connected. And
Kenapa?
here comes Renegade. Ivor9 keeps him alive for a little bit, but not against
aneh
three
banget, anjing.
members of Aurora. They're just continuing the fight.
Apa, coy, di RRQ, cok?
And even though it seems like a lot has happened so far, actually only 7 kills in total this game. 5 in favor of Aurora.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but Arkihoshi, they need to find an opportunity to get something here. Because again, they're playing very, very defensive. And this is not to their fault. This is how the
Dairon
draft
kurang bisa main Bennett. Ah, nggak
is
mungkin, cok.
systematically supposed to be played. But again, once they have an opportunity
Player
to
sekelas
turn things
Dairon itu nggak
around,
mungkin nggak bisa
then it's
main
gonna-
Bennett,
The
cok.
bad thing here is Tafa is that from Aurora, not a single person has more than 3 kills. So no big shutdown goal will be held. Even if they kill Demon Kite, the amount of gold they get from Demon Kite isn't that much because he only has 2 kills.
And this is one of the positives as well of just Filipino gameplay, where if there's not a lot of kills, no matter how far ahead you are, you dying actually doesn't create that much of an impact because you just don't have any shutdown gold to give.
Waduh,
away.
Renegade-nya udah nunggu di situ nih. Ini kalau HP-nya udah tinggal dikit ya Lordnya misalnya ya. Susujin pasti bakal langsung di-kick, guys.
Arkihoshi, they're
Udah
trying
pasti,
to use this
cepet
Lord
banget ya
as
tangannya
a bit of a
Renegade itu, guys.
leverage to keep Aurora
Nih,
here.
ini aja udah dapat lagi nih, langsung
Susujin
di-kick
gets
lagi
found
kan,
out
udah
by
mati,
Renegade.
cok. Wah,
Way of the Dragon
ngentut.
kicks him right into the rest of the
Parah,
Aurora
cok,
gang.
cok.
And
Harusnya
the
udah
Prince
mikir
Dragon
di
is
situ
involved.
ada
UA
Chow sih,
wins
ini.
the death box fight against
Harus udah
Rins.
mikir ya, cuma
Skylar
gimana
has to
ya, dia
enter
pengen
in
colong Lord
defensively.
juga, Susujin
Dairon
jadi
will
bingung
be able to
juga
get
ini.
some split push in on the bottom side of the map, but is it gonna be enough?
Honestly, this might be over for Arkihoshi because rarely do we see that happening where a jungler gets straight up caught by a Cho, because usually you would have your members of the team or the jungler himself opening up the map. Like, look at this. It's weird that Sutsujin, maybe he was looking at his items or something, but he reacted so late towards Renegade, catching him there.
Rin saya tadi dibantai gitu ya, ngadu
Bane doesn't
ulti
have
sama
that, so
si
even if he
YV-nya nih.
notices, what else is he gonna do, you know? But still,
Enggak, kemarin dia menang lawan Fnatic Onyx PH 2-0. Cuma ini kayak memang Auroranya aja yang terlalu kuat sini kayaknya, guys. Memang Auroranya kuat banget sih ini, cok. Enggak cuma dari segi draftik ya, guys ya. Mereka ini memang
I mean, if this keeps
Tim
on
play-nya
going
gila
on,
banget,
Mustafa,
anjing.
Aurora looks like they have the first ticket to go to the next stage. Right? They can do it. Arkihoshi only with 2 kills, down by 5,000 gold. I don't think Skylar has the Holy Crystal just yet. And at this point, he might need the Divine Glaive
kalah
as well.
Hero Pool sih, enggak
It's a
juga sih.
complete reversal from what we saw in their match
Tahu ya, emang
against
tim
Fnatic
play-nya tuh
Onyx
gila banget
yesterday.
mereka nih, cok.
Aurora showing them how it is done. The wave gonna be a beautiful 3-man flicker. She could
Anjing,
go
kena
knock
kick
out right
lagi,
into the
cok.
real world manipulation.
Susujin
No one
mati,
can
cok.
be doing some damage as Dairon comes in.
Dairon
Really
di
like the
depan
final blow,
sendirian.
he's not able to
Wah,
really do
anjing,
anything at all.
gila, cok.
Vengeance
Wah,
can be so
anjing,
all of that
cok.
up. And now Domenkite is in the base. He takes a double
Anjing,
kill.
anjing.
Only leaving
Gila,
Rins
cok, udah kayak lagi
alive.
lengket
This is the
bangsat,
opening
bisa masuk
Aurora
ke dalam
wanted.
situ, tai.
3v1, they're gonna push straight down mid and
Gila,
look
cok,
to
kayak
end
lagi
game 2.
lengket, tai.
Coaches and gold
Anjing,
laners
rusak,
would
cok,
say
ini, cok,
that what
Aurora, cok.
Domenkite did was a mistake. But the dopamine you get from doing that cool of a play, I'd say it's worth it. It's worth it. I mean,
Maybe he
like,
should rename himself to Dopamine Kite.
you're a goddamn genius, Tafa. I didn't even think of that. Dopamine kite. Oh, that's. You know what? There you go. You know what? Yeah, I approve. 10 out of 10.
Nice. I got approval, guys. Happy about that one.
Oke, berhasil mendapatkan satu Edward.
The jump back in, the jump
Fredrin masih
And then he
bagus.
just blew
Ya
up.
kalau di Indo sih
This
kalau
is
kita
where
lihat
the
gak ada yang
time
pakai
does
Fredrin
start
ya
getting a
guys ya.
little bit
Cuma kalau
scary,
kayak
but
begini
they
ceritanya
only
sih
have one inhibitor
OP
to
sih
play
anjing.
with.
Oh, bakal balik
But,
lagi nih
you
kayak
know,
meta-meta kayak
that's-
Fredrin
that's
kayak
good.
begini, Jok.
First you kill the gold leader.
Masih
and
OP
then you
banget
kill
ini anjing
EXP,
Fredrinnya dari
so
tadi.
there's a chance. Like if you're in RQ's position, any good thing that happens, you just gotta take it, right? If your manager buys you a burger, you're like,
Fredrin
"Well,
di buff."
at least we get a burger. You gotta be happy with
Fredrin
what
di
you
buff
got.
guys. Ya, makanya
You
meta
know,
Fredrin bakal
Lafel,
balik
you are
lagi kalau kayak gitu,
absolutely
Cok.
right. Sometimes you just gotta
Walau gue belum
appreciate
tahu
the
ya
little
apa yang di
things in
buff ya,
life.
cuman
And right
kalau di
now,
buff ya udah.
any little victory
Pasti metanya
RQ
balik
can
lagi
get,
nih anjing.
They gotta hold on to and turn into
Hero-hero yang tadinya nggak keluar nih bakal keluar
Right now,
lagi
RQ
kayaknya
is
guys.
probably talking about, you know
Banyak,
what,
Cok,
burger
yang
is
di
great,
buff ya,
but you
guys,
know
ya.
what would be even better if we can steal this Lord away. The problem is they can't move forward. They don't really have a lot of avenues to come and check this Lord. And it looks like Aurora wants RQ Hoshi to come in. Never mind, they're bursting it down.
Wah,
Yeah, they know that.
no hope
they
sih
know
gue bilang
that
guys.
RQ is not
Gue rasa
gonna
sih nggak bisa
advance at
comeback
this
sih.
point. It would be
Susah ya
a
guys
little
ya.
bit suicide to try and jump into that because Aurora still has
Kecuali
a very
benar-benar
big
late
network
game
lead at
bisa
this
nahan sampai
stage.
late game banget sampai
Let's try to
Skylar
follow,
jadi sih
because
guys.
if they steal RWM,
Skylar sih tetap kaya ya.
Their base defense is actually not bad.
Oh yeah, honestly not bad.
Membosankan kali kalau Fredrin meta lagi.
Skylar
Iya,
has
bosenin,
only
Cok.
differentiating by 1,000 gold. So
Dulu kalau yang bisa
this
lawan
still-
Fredrin
this
tuh
is
siapa
good.
ya? Anjing gue sampai lupa Cok meta-metanya anjing.
Position that they can be in because, like you said,
Martis
the
ya?
player is very good, and it's on Aurora not to make the mistake because the deadly catch, the damage coming in from Nemeton.
Barat
they can
Baksia.
see RQ.
Iya, metanya bakal balik begitu lagi anjing.
Absolutely,
Dari
but that'll depend on them. The Lord is crashing in.
Oke, kita lihat Idok sudah akan langsung mati sepertinya ya guys ya. Wah, Idok belum mati tapi meninggal. Sutsujin sudah meninggal 052 Sutsujin. Kita lihat hanya Yue yang mati tapi sepertinya masih bisa bertahan dari RRQ ya guys ya.
Are able to survive to fight another day.
Yeah, that was good, but now another wave is coming. Can they do it again?
Now Brins dashes in, gets hit with the Spear of Misery. Unfortunately, no stun
Wah,
here.
langsung
Still
end.
alive.
Wah,
Skylar
anjing,
uses
0-2,
Purify,
Cok.
but the minion wave comes on in. The crystal is wide open, and because of that, Aurora
Gila,
will be
0-2
resting.
anjing.
Moving on to the next stage of the
Ngeri, ngeri, ngeri,
Snapdragon
ngeri,
Pro Series MLB.
Ngeri.
Yep.